Fitzmaurice.
I want to confirm my support for this private member's motion on the post office network, the future of the post office network. And I want to say, first of all, that this issue raises the whole question of democracy in this country and of the relevance of this Dáil. The motion passed here in November 2016, agreed unanimously by this House, meant or should mean that the post office network would be supported and improved, and that, as the motion said, a 5-year holding plan will be put in place while these changes are being implemented, or there will be no network left to salvage. The whole House unanimously agreed that particular motion in November 2016, including the Minister and the Fine Gael party and every other party and every other independent in this House. So what is the relevance of Dáil Éireann if a motion unanimously accepted by the House is simply thrown aside and An Post carries on as if it never happened? Surely the Minister has something to say about that. Surely this Dáil has something to say about that. We are here as TDs, as Teachta Dála, as the messengers of the people, and we all voted here unanimously in November 2016 to support the post office network and to ensure that nothing happened for a period of 5 years until the network was built up and established. And yet nobody takes a blind bit of notice of it, including the Minister and including the government and including An Post. So you'd wonder what is the point of us being here at all. I want to thank and compliment as well the postmaster in Kishgame, who has refused to take the package and has stood up for his local community and has said that this is a step too far. And there's no question, but he's absolutely correct in that, and I applaud him for his leadership in the community. I want to say as well as Ceann Comhairle that there's no financial necessity for the closures that we are seeing. And remember, the closures are only the beginning. David McRedmond, the CEO, told us very recently that in 2018 there would be a minimum of €20 million profit. €20 million profit in 2018, and possibly, he said, closer to €30 million profit. And that was on top of a profit of €8.4 million in 2017. So there's absolutely no reason whatever from a financial point of view for these closures. The postal service is a public service. It is not a commercial operation. And that means that making profit is not the priority of the postal service, of An Post. Providing a public service is the priority of An Post. And that means that if An Post needs to be subvented by the state, then that should be done. Because there is an obligation on the state to provide public service, postal services to local communities. There's no doubt that it's absolutely time to cry a halt on this, because we have a situation now where the Minister, the Government, nor An Post will accept the will of the people, will accept the will of this Dáil. And now we have a situation where we have 159 post offices closing. There's 390 who are effectively going to close over a period of time if this plan goes ahead. In my own constituency, we have 8 closures. Clogheen, Ballingarry, Templetuohy, Littleton, Newcastle, Coolbawn and Upperchurch. Many of them, as Ceann Comhairle, with more than 500 residents in their area. And as everybody here knows, the local post office is the heart and soul of the local community, of local towns and villages. Not just from an economic point of view, but from a social point of view as well. And that's very important. Because the local communities look to the post office, look to the weekly visit to the post office, you know, to keep in touch with everything that goes on in the community. And many of these towns and villages have already lost Garda stations and banks, and if they lose the post office, there's going to be the knock-on effect of the local shop, of the local cafe, of the local hairdresser, because if people aren't collecting their social welfare payments at the post office, they won't do their other business in the local village either. So, Cathaoirleach, I think it's incumbent on the Minister and on this Dáil to ensure that this is reversed immediately.